This is the first time Paul is smiling.
A few moments later.
Let the tale seduce you.
I'm letting it seduce me. When y'all said it was spicy, I didn't know y'all meant like, yo. What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Frank, and today we're starting an interview with the vampire. Only thing I know about this show is they're vampires. It's a period piece. There's some spicy romance, and did I mention vampires? I'm excited to get into this. Jacob Anderson, I love him from Game of Thrones, and I also listen to a lot of his music. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, then episode 1 to 8 is already on Patreon, so you can go check that out if you want. I'm also watching The Wire, House of the Dragon, Band of Brothers, some other shows. So if you want to check that out, it is on the Patreon. I am not sure if I'm going to post all this on YouTube just because I don't know how they'll perform. So depending on how this video goes, I will post the rest on YouTube just because it takes time and money and editors to make the videos for you guys. So how you can help that is to like, subscribe, share your comments. Let's have those conversations. Do all those things for the algorithm to make the videos perform. I appreciate that. Let's get into this.
There are stories out there that need to be told. There's shit out there that's just, wrong.
Is this part of it?
News used to be a bunch of guys who look like me.
Is this an ad for AMC?
Daniel Molloy.
That was a bit confusing because I assumed this was a timepiece from Victorian England or so. So seeing modern day is kind of jarring to me. Yeah, that took me for a spin a little bit. Uh-oh, is that a bite mark on his neck?
Yeah, hey doc. Yeah.
Interesting.
Back to me. That's right. I have an appointment scheduled for later in the week, but the thing I'm trying to figure out is what's the deal with this subvariant business? I mean, is that more contagious?
What's in the box?
And why get any closer to the bug than I need to?
Is he sick?
I gotta call you back.
You weren't always a vampire. I grew bad when I became a vampire. How did it come about? There's a simple answer to that.
I got bitten?
I think I want to tell the real story.
An actual interview with a vampire, huh?
I hope this letter finds you safe and thriving. Possibility in this bleak hour.
I know that voice.
Following your career with some interest since our last meeting. Those professional and those personally redemptive. Frailties that accompany it have provided me perspective.
Does he study vampires?
In a setting of my choosing.
Uh-oh.
We revisit the project. 49 years and thousands of miles removed from the room we shared in San Francisco.
Interesting.
For your journalistic pleasures, my full attention, and my life story.
Ah.
We de Pointe du Lac.
I love this concept so far. I'm guessing he's trying to tell him the full story. So I'm guessing it was them on the tape 40-something years ago, was it? I like this.
Gave him two choices. He came back with Bezos, Putin.
You've grown old, Daniel.
Yeah, well, mortality beats a heavy drum.
True.
Your book makes no mention of our prior meeting.
Oh.
Humiliation, self-pity kind of thing. Mention vampires in one of those readers tend to call bullshit.
You've had some health concerns of late.
Whole planet's having a moment, I'd say.
Interesting.
I know the Emiratis are big on privacy, and that's probably important to you, but I gotta ask, what does it cost, this haven't aged in half a century, killer views in all directions, anonymity?
I have to be very careful whom I let in.
Oh, he's cooking.
Yeah, well, things didn't end well the last time. So forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
Oh, who bit him?
I mean, you don't even understand the meaning of your own story.
Interesting.
You were disrespectful.
Oh, they had a fight.
You were not worthy of my story then.
Maybe your story wasn't worth telling.
Ooh.
With an autoimmune disease in the middle of a pandemic.
It's important to you.
All right. I ask all the wrong questions. The few good ones I do manage to get out, you steamroll over them.
He agrees for sure.
Why again? What's changed?
Circumstances? Me, I've changed.
I love how calm he is, like how calm he talks. He's always been that way, his voice. He's really selling the 100-year-old vampire shtick. He's really selling it. a do-over. I like this. It's one of those things where like you don't expect the title to be like the actual premise of the show. Sometimes it works when it is, sometimes it doesn't. I like this.
Truth and reconciliation.
I do my best work one
on one.
Have chef prepare a meal for him.
I'm not your f***ing boy. Old man with all the triggers that come with it.
That's fair.
I'm in the penthouse apartment of the Al Sharaf Towers across from Mr.
Louis du Pointe du Lac.
Louis.
Mr. Dulac. How long have you been dead?
That's smile. So this is where
10.
I like this.
Year of my father's passing, the favored son, and a sizable trust to oversee as a consequence. Blood of men who looked like my great-grandfather but did not have his standing.
Wow. Slavery.
So it followed the only place in New Orleans a gentleman of my complexion could do a righteous business was a neighborhood called Storyville.
Interesting.
Managed and operated a diversified portfolio of enterprises.
That could be anything. So he was a pimp, essentially. I always love when people use mental gymnastics and roundabout words to describe their occupation. It's always seemed funny to me.
Got any bills in them fat fucking rolls of yours?
Damn.
We got bad trouble.
I apologize.
He's selling the accent too.
I was only trying to show you my love.
Tell him, sis.
God damn it, Bricks.
Hey, he messed
In my
up.
shit box.
I did no such thing.
Gave her a chance to pull out. He kept on fucking. So I gave him a little squirt of my catfish dinner for going there. Don't believe me? Check his.
Oh, God.
Hell, I might have even said yes if you just asked.
Get your hands off me, nigga.
Oh.
You regret my support. You repeat yourself, Mr. Fenwick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not realize, sister, your body is part of Christ the Lord?
Second time this month.
When you take that body and enjoy
And I
it
can
and
give 2
holler
moons
to
if
you
he's
are
your brother,
defiling
Mr.
the
Dulac.
Lord. You
I'm
take
gonna
up
knock
with
his
permission.
silver.
I did not think this show was gonna have, but I love the blackness as well as the rawness that I'm seeing on screen. I do a lot actually, and he's really selling. Louis is really selling that accent. That American Southern accent. I love it.
To judge the living and the dead.
Preacher man, they're trying to make some money.
Go on home. Tell mama not to wait up.
There's blood on your shirt.
Oh, it's his brother.
Also one voice.
Saying it a second time. I'm having a fucking night, okay? I can't have it with your food.
Oh, Pastor man throwing punches.
Get
Oh,
on home. Else I'll bleed you like a cochon, bro.
oh, he ain't playing. Gotta show strength.
Look weak on liberty.
Oh, that motherfucker a vampire.
You hear that, mother? He's made you a madam.
Oh, Paul.
Profiting from St. Augustine's fault this house falls in on us.
This is just a temporary
Preacher man.
situation until Louis can find us a more respectable business.
I like that. Mom don't give a fuck how the funds come. Hey, the funds are coming, man. That's all that matters right now.
Paul.
He's gonna make your daughter jump a broom.
I'm sitting right here.
Plenty of brooms down the street at the Mayfair Sisters Home.
He's calling
Wow.
me a witch, mama.
Wow.
You walk that back.
Paul, relax.
I loved him more than anyone on earth.
That's
And our daily
sweet.
stroll to St. Augustine was the measure of a good day started.
And something I really love about TV shows or movies are like really good narration. Again, sometimes it falls short, but I just love the concept of the show. Like it's an interview, therefore we have like an automatic narration by both men that is like seamlessly weaved with the flashback, with the past that we're watching visibly. I I love it. I think I'm gonna enjoy this show a lot actually.
Wasting a good man's time.
You're right there, Paul.
He's a handful.
I haven't seen you in confession of late, Louis. You can always come here if you're in need, son.
He probably got a lot to confess.
Latencies within me. Well, I beat those back with a lie I told myself about myself. That I was a red-blooded son of the South.
And you maintain this.
We're competition for Tom Anderson's Fair Play Saloon.
Louis Dulac.
It was a palace of opulence and splendor.
Sounds right.
I see that.
visiting from other southern states.
Ugh, the looks he's getting. He looks so clean in a suit, man. He looks so clean.
We speak all sorts of tongues in New Orleans.
True.
Hard table to get. How'd you manage?
How'd you manage to get yourself through the front door? I mean that as a compliment. Your name is Louis.
French.
I didn't get your name, fella.
Je suis désolé. Je m'amuse trop en privé. I know who you are, sir. I owe you everything. Please join us.
Interesting. I have a feeling they're gonna be good friends. You can tell by the way they're clashing heads right now. Either good friends or something else.
Besides your accent.
Put that on my account, thank you. And 2 more for us. And another round for the musicians, whatever they want.
Or he rich.
There was a food.
What's been your favorite this year, Mr. Lioncourt?
A favorite? She puts a pistol to my head.
Relax.
Tied a string around my lungs, and I found
Wow.
myself immobilized.
And the woman, white, black.
They're showing us that gaze.
It was not until a few nights later, quand je regarde un homme sortir un couteau de sa canne. Lestat, unpack your trunks. You're home. I had planned to make a new life for myself in Saint Louis. Only it turns out the saint is now a handsome man with a most agreeable disposition.
Wow, he's into him.
Emasculation and admiration in equal measure.
So interesting.
The man, and I wanted to be the man.
I like that so much. That's so interesting. And a question I want to throw to you guys. Obviously, don't answer it. Well, think of it as a rhetorical question. When he said he was immobilized by his gaze and everything he was doing, like, I mean, I suspect he's a vampire because of the show I'm watching. But is that like some kind of like powers he have? Or is just his, I wanted to use a French word, but I won't. Is that just his, flair? Is that just his honor, his aura? Or something like how like captivating he is and charismatic? Or is it like a power he has as a vampire? I'm fine with either answer, honestly. Whatever it was there, but the acting too was like top notch. Interesting. We already know what's coming. See, this is why I start running. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. If that comes back on, my guy, who the devil is right, I would have ran home immediately. Holy shit. It's quite vicious too.
Fortunates living near the wharf mostly. Still very peculiar, they say. Each one the same. Small wounds to the body. Highly devoid of blood.
He's the one, huh?
We met already, Mr. Anderson, sir.
In front of a florist, wasn't it? We both wanted the last bouquet of lilies.
Wow.
Aren't you gonna ask the alderman how
Too
his head is
soon.
doing?
Why would I do that, Mr. Anderson, sir?
With that, his doctor had the same standards.
Do you mind getting me some more of these money chips?
He got his ring back too.
Recommended the alderman find a managing partner before he commits his money. I recommended he think of you, Louis.
Very kind, Mr. Throw enough medicine balls on the facade, get a good margin on the alcohol, no nonsense madam to keep the girls clean. Make a decent sum. Yes, sir. 15?
Are you high? 15%?
And there's labor. Both has its seat at the table. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Lestat?
Fuck you.
Par exemple, you fine gentlemen have heard of the success story that is a bon marché. These men look down on you. I have to say, I find it appalling how men like yourself.
Absolutely.
I came to my wealth honestly and at great sacrifice, I might add. However, it was not the same.
Again, is that the vampire powers? Because it seems like he just communicated to him telepathically. Or maybe it could be that's like a visual or a storytelling choice to essentially, that's what Louis is hearing from what he's saying. But something I'm loving, as much as Louis is like mesmerized by him, it goes both ways, right? Because he already said when they were talking to Lily that that's one of the reasons I stayed, you know, when I saw what you did to your brother. And anytime anybody's not looking, the way he's just looking at Louis is, he's captivated by him as well. And obviously, I'll always love commentary about how, you know, black folks are not treated well or like given the props they deserve, regardless of how good they were at the jobs, or whatever position they are. You know, there's that angle of having to work twice as hard, you know what I'm saying, to get the recognition. So I love that Mr. Vampire over here is like standing up for Louis.
Do you not know your value? Do you suffer these indignities for some larger purpose? Only protection from the wolves.
I love this. Now I'm guessing he's using his vampire powers 1,000%.
And that's all to say, and forgive me, Monsieur de Pointe, for my bias, but where is the business if there is no capital? It does not exist. Huh?
All right, boy, show him.
Bingo, he won.
He wouldn't tell me how he did it. His trick to make the world stop. Louis, patience, Louis. Ask me next week, Louis.
You started hanging out.
He was in love with my city.
So you played docent to the gentleman vampire.
He had not revealed his vampire nature.
Oh, we knew.
Mr. Molloy, let the tale seduce you.
I'm letting it seduce me.
Money would arrive wired from France, and the shopkeepers who would usually close at sunset were very happy to accommodate him. I was being hunted, and I was completely unaware it was happening.
So right after that last scene of us talking about how he's mesmerized by him as well, in the back of my mind, I started thinking, why him? Like, what is his gain? What is he looking to gain? I mean, this vampire who we can amuse have lived for thousands or hundreds of years, that have probably gotten everything they ever wanted in life, or any kind of pleasures or any kind of monetary things. Why so interested in this man? Is he trying to like make him a vampire as well? Is he trying to make him a mate or something? But he just said, I was getting haunted, but I was too mesmerized to realize it. That's how they get you, man.
Come home nights.
You come home some nights out catting with some white man out here.
You ain't white, you French.
Oh, that's a new kind of white, is it?
French white.
Come on for dinner.
You tell Livy you fishing for a richer man.
Don't deny your sister. I want to meet this French white.
London, in Paris, Florence.
Florence.
Now y'all gonna be in steerage out of New York. Once you get to Europe, it's first class on boats, trains, and hotel
What did you go and do?
What a gift.
Man by the deck and a fool by the fountain.
That's sweet. Mama. I wonder where their storyline goes. Him and his brother.
Oh, you got Louis to an opera.
About some blind princess, didn't know she was a princess.
I have a feeling this dinner is about to explode. With Paul there, anything is possible.
Could you tell me how you came to propose to this delightsome young woman?
Oh, that's good yawn. Are you one with Christ, Mr. Leon?
Jesus, Paul.
I came to know Christ in a monastery. I wanted to be a priest.
Interesting. Connecting with him.
Other saints and scholars. My father did not think much of this education. And so he and my brothers conspired to pull me out. And the failure of Christ to intercede, the beatings and starvations, I slowly forgot.
Wow.
All of it. And so, to answer your boring question, there is an ocean between Christ and myself.
J'espère que cela satisfera. Oiseau perché dans la cage de votre esprit. Don't do that shit here. You understand?
I am cursed with my father's temper at times. And the rudeness is all mine.
I don't know if he liked being challenged like that by Louis, because I see this is probably the first time Louis has gone off at him. I don't think he liked that very much, but I think in time we'll see his true nature. But yeah, there got to be boundaries, right? Don't pull that shit on my family. I like that.
4 months. 4 months from going bankrupt if I didn't do something.
You don't need to defend yourself to me, Louis. I know what you go through to keep your family ignorant in their comfort.
I do. Nothing but broken souls around me, and the ones that ain't broke, greedy, bone tied.
Hey, feel quite at home here.
What do you want, though?
Probably had enough for the night.
I bought you a gift.
A gift?
Flower.
Lily? They're talking about Lily, huh? Yeah. He's so enticing. He's so enticing.
It's one of the few things I brought with me from the continent.
Oh, both of them.
A boy of infinite beauty and sensitivity.
I don't like the way mine look plain.
Miss Carol know you here, Lily?
I can assure you the fair play has been handsomely compensated for the...
Bet.
Paris to pick me up. Felt like the queen of the quarter.
Even the planets and stars are blindfolded.
That's just you like to watch.
Seems like it.
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis.
I want to know what he wants from him. So something he said that I found interesting is him saying that Louis usually come here just for conversations, and she said a beautiful man. So it got me thinking, like, since he has this like hard exterior, because you need to look tough to kind of like make it around that area, and obviously he can't confide in his family, he confides his in her, which I find very interesting and low-key sad, you know, that he don't have any friends or family or colleagues that he can pour out his heart to, but he pays Lily for his services, and her services being conversations. But it seems like tonight they're going beyond that. They're going beyond that. I'm gonna just watch him take her out of the way. He's like, you're who I came here for. It's been like 5 seconds, girl. Now we know why he wanted him. When y'all said it was spicy, I didn't know y'all meant like... He changed him right there? Yo. God damn, yams. I was just thinking, right? Because I'm like, right when they started making out with Lily and all that, I was just thinking in my head, like, this motherfucker is eternal. He's a fucking vampire. If he's so obsessed with this man, of course he's gonna change him so that he can have you for eternity, essentially. Of course he's gonna change you as well. Interesting. And all this just in the first episode, and we're just like halfway done with this episode. He already changed him. Oh, we're starting strong. There's 7 episodes this season, so I thought right off the bat, I didn't know it would start right off the bat. I thought like there would be some time before he changed into a vampire. No, episode 1.
Obviously, I've come to embrace my sexuality. You know that. We met at a gay bar, didn't we, Daniel?
Ooh.
But I had to.
You been married?
Twice. All right.
Daniel is brutally honest. That's what that felt like.
He called un petit coup. A human experiencing it for the first time.
It healed him.
But for the feelings of intimacy.
That's crazy.
To feel emotionally close to anyone, much less a man. No room for feelings like these in my life. But an openly gay Negro man was not one of them.
Right.
2, 3, jump!
It's crazy how they're describing how much he described, how much that like sensual pleasure felt like, and the attraction he felt towards him, like regardless of not being into men at that time. It's wild. He went into great details that I'm just here sitting like, I mean, I've never done drugs or any kind of things, but like, I can imagine the kind of pleasure he's talking about that like corrupted him so much that he swore never to come back there again. And again, I said this earlier, I love how I love how the show tackles a lot of the Black experience, especially in that time. Very upfront with it, not romanticized, very raw. I enjoy that a lot. And if this is one of your first time watching my videos and you are confused at why this man is talking so much, I just love having conversations with y'all when I watch this, and obviously look forward to also hearing your thoughts in the comments and stuff like that. That's why I watch these movies or these shows, because I can't imagine a world where I'm just sitting down just watching this without making any commentary on it. Seems pointless, you know. Paul is a hater.
My father today. Not to cry now.
Paul is a hater.
Boys used to shuffle for pennies on Sunday. Call themselves the ABCD.
And Louis like, nah.
Oh, yeah. ABCD. Altar boys come dancing every day.
Paul, don't be a hater, man. Don't be a hater. I love this show.
It's fine. It's the feet that's fat.
Get him. Throw the money.
Yeah. Half an inch.
That was a good month that month. Think you should get married next.
Oh?
And you should marry Hazel.
Okay, now in the question in my mind, and obviously you guys can answer this in the comments if it's not a spoiler, but when he bit him, was he changing him? Was he turning him to a vampire? Or that was just for the quote-unquote pleasure he infused in him that was so freaking like ecstasy or something? Because let me know. He seems normal now. Because right after he kind of healed the wound with his blood. So let me know if he changed him or not. Like I said, obviously don't answer that if that's a spoiler.
Cause he the devil.
You think everyone's a devil.
He's here to take souls, he told me.
He got tricks is all.
He heard it too.
Sins must be confessed, Louis.
Ain't never gonna see him again, Paul.
I doubt that. I'm happy they have these moments. Because so far, Paul has just been wild. So I love this.
Paul! Paul! That was the last sunrise I ever saw.
Jesus.
I've seen death over and over, and it's boring.
That'll make a great blurb.
You must have said something to him, Louis. You must have said something to him to make him do that to himself.
He didn't.
Paul slipped and fell. I don't think this is something you want to pursue.
He was a fragile boy. Why was you even up there?
Watching the sun come up, Mama.
Don't put this on him.
Paul's in hell because
She is serious about this. These motherfuckers, man, they really got me. They really got me. I was just there saying how this is the most beautiful we've ever seen Paul. After such a fun night, told each other how they love them. God, rewatching that scene is gonna be crazy because he was probably thinking about it the whole time.
An elegant coffee. Would you tell me where you purchased?
Move on.
I wait on my balcony every night. You've been avoiding me.
I have been
Miss Lily
occupied.
proved herself a poor substitute, and I don't take kindly to
It's my
being
brother's
avoided.
funeral.
Not now.
What'd you say to me?
Not the right time, man.
Come to me. Come to me.
Want to face my mother's blame, my sister's pity, but he would not allow it.
Of course he won't.
Oh, my dear.
I don't care if she's busy with someone, I'll pay more. 'Cause I like Miss Lily, and I need Miss Lily.
Miss Lily died, Mr. Dulac,
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
He did it, huh?
Contracted the fevers that's been going around.
Wow. Okay, he's a f***ing villain. He's a f***ing villain. He did it.
He's in my head, Father.
Oh my God.
You asked me, Father, if I have sinned, grievously sinned.
He's acting his ass off.
And I lie to myself saying I'm giving them roof and food and dollar bills in their pocket, but I look in the mirror, I know what I am. Big man in a big house, stuffing cotton in my ears so I can't hear that. Failed my brother.
No, son.
I lost my mother and sister, and rather than fix it like a man should, Lord, I run like a coward. I lay down with a man. All his spindly roots.
Wow.
And I can't think nothing anymore.
Is that him? Is he burning the church?
How can you humiliate yourself like this?
Wow. Yo, let me reiterate, this is just episode 1. Just this episode 1 can be a whole movie and it would work. Different massive like milestones. Like this is how you shoot a fucking pilot. Just in this episode we're introduced to all the characters and we already feel so like heavily invested in them. Even freaking Paul, RIP, invested in all the characters. Certain ups and downs, definitely losses. Learned a few things. He got turned in this episode. He lost Lily in this episode. Lost his brother in this episode. Finally came back. A callback to this confession that, you know, they mentioned a little bit about in the beginning because John, what's his brother's name again? Was talking about like confessions and now we've seen like the vampire go through his whole like all his phases, from the good, the bad, the seductive, and now to the ugly, to the vicious, all in the first episode, y'all. Man, this is too fucking good. Shit.
You bringing the death to town.
I give death to those deserving. I'm not the devil.
Bruh, let him go, man. I didn't know he was gonna be the villain of the story. This is such a dope way to convey his speed and his strength. Worst nightmare.
Stern landlord, the deferential businessman, the loyal son. All the roles you conform to, and none of them your true nature.
We deal with it though.
I laid eyes on you. Your beautiful face. I saw that sorrow. I can take away that sorrow.
Now it's really giving like white savior. It's really giving that. What the fuck you mean you can give me death? I'm like, yeah, the world is shitty, but we deal with it. That's what makes us who we are. That's a lot to dissect there. And obviously some of my thoughts are just off the dome. So when I sit with these episodes, I mean, let's be real, some of my thoughts will probably still remain the same, but maybe through conversations like, or through watching subsequent episodes, I'll really dig into his whole ethos. He's doing all this out of sympathy? The fuck? He's giving heavy Predator vibes too, but let's rock with it. Let's see.
And a power you can't begin to imagine. I love you, Louis. You are loved.
How his words disarmed me. How efficiently succinct and impenetrable his argument was.
I have a problem with him though, and I mean, I'm just gonna talk about, I have a problem with him though, because him giving you peace is taking away things you love from your surrounding to make him the sole source of that love, while at the same time he's really dissecting Louis' insecurities of wanting to be loved, wanting to be accepted, like using that as a way to disarm Louis and bring him in. That gives me like toxic, abusive, like energy, like Sheldon, eloquent love bombing. You know what I'm saying? Wow. This show is gas. Yo, we're not lying. Y'all were not lying. This is oof. It's kind of like making a deal with the devil, right? Oh, he's going pale.
Blood. It came as a dull roar at first, and then a pounding. Like the pounding of a drum. a huge drum. There came a pounding of another drum, as if another giant were coming behind him, giving no notice to the rhythm of the other, throbbing.
The way they describe it.
The drum was my heart. In throes of increasing wonder.
I'm speechless, yo. Holy shit. Holy shit, y'all. Interview with the Vampire episode 1. If it's not clear already, I am fucking sold. God damn. And honestly, this is why I don't like to watch any trailers or anything before going in, because you don't know what to expect. But like, people I trust, people I value their opinion on cinema and TV shows have told me over and over how good this show is. And wow, this is just episode 1. The acting, guys, the acting is incredible. Now my mind is just being flooded at the different people in my comment section, both on YouTube and Patreon, that have been telling me to watch Interview with the Vampire, and they keep saying is the best thing on TV right now when it comes to the acting, the story. Like, they weren't lying. God damn. Like, a show I'm watching right now that I absolutely adore is House of the Dragons. Bruh, this is... And of course, I fleshed out all my thoughts as the episode went on, like making a deal with the devil. So captivating, so charismatic, so sexy, like so forward, like so alluring. It's like he packs all those vices and a bag of chips. It's like, how can you like refuse it? But then again, that devil part, because like, I don't know, did he have a hand in Paul's what Paul did from the rooftop? He definitely had a hand in Lily. Poor Lily. That scene where 3 of them were sussing it up. I mean, y'all told me this show was spicy, but y'all didn't. Y'all look crazy, man. This one was good, and I love the like overall concept of the show, because like when the show started and it was like in recent times, I was so confused. I was like, I thought this was set in like old, I actually thought it was set in like old Britain, because you know Anderson, he's British, so I thought it was set there, but no, it's set in old USA. So the whole concept of the show being an actual interview with a vampire and him basically retelling that story, and then we're watching it as the show. Chef kiss. Such a brilliant concept. And I talked about how much I loved like the full black experience we're getting here from like New Orleans, like the art, the music, the vibe, the language, the culture. Unfortunately, the racism, the discrimination, all that. Yeah, this is the full package. We're gonna have a lot of conversations from this season, and like I said earlier, that's why I love my channel. Like, we come here to have conversations. If you don't want to do that, you can just skip to the next part. No harm, no foul. But for those of you who like engaging in the conversation, we're gonna have a lot of these. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe. That's the best way you can help me and this channel. And depending on how this video performs on YouTube, I'm gonna put the rest of them on YouTube, so please help me out with that, and hopefully I will see you in episode 2. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've probably finished the whole season 1 on Patreon, so go check that out. Peace out.